And we're going. Hello, 7th grade. I am repping the green for 8th grade, sorry. But I'm their 8th grade sponsor, so I have to rep them. Okay, so you are doing 1.2, and that is over unit rates, okay? This is what your bell work would have been if you came in, so you can pause the video and do that if you want. After you push pause, here is your answers. Okay, see if those are what you got. Okay, oh. Okay, so today you're going to be learning to simplify a complex fraction. Okay, and finding unit rates. Okay, so you're doing two things today, complex fractions and unit rates. Okay, so a complex fraction. And make sure you write this down. This is part of your vocab. And remember, on every test, first 5 problems are over vocab. Complex fraction. A fraction that has one or more fractions in the numerator or denominator. Okay? So, in other words, it's a fraction being divided, which it's already sort of being divided, right? Sometimes it can just be one fraction and a whole number and a fraction, or worst case scenario, 2 fractions. Okay? So pause that, write that down. Okay? Freeze. Okay. So it was a little hard for 7th grade because they didn't know which line was which. So I will rewrite it. So 1/4 divided by 2, okay? So first what we need to do is rewrite it so it doesn't look like this, okay? So 1/4 divided by 2, okay? Well, 2 can be written as what? It's the same thing as 2 over 1 as a fraction, okay? So we need, if there's any whole numbers, we need to write that as a fraction, okay? And all you do is write the whole number over 1, okay? And then what I used to give to the students to help remember this, if you know Harry Potter, right? How you use a wand, right? Swish and flick, right? Okay? So, that is sort of how we're going to do and solve these, right? We're going to keep the first one, okay? So we're going to keep 1/4. But instead of swish and flick, we're going to do switch and flip, okay? Switch and flip, okay? We're going to switch this sign, this division sign, we're going to make it multiplication so it's easier, okay? So switch division to multiplication, and then switch and flip. We're going to take that second fraction, and we're going to flip those numbers around, okay? So instead of 2 over 1, it's now 1 over 2, okay? And I do not like fractions. I will be the first one to tell you that. Fractions, hate them. Nope, not going to do them. But I will say, the one good thing that fractions give us is that when you're multiplying, all you have to do is multiply straight across. Okay? 1 times 1 is just 1. 4 times 2 is 8. And then we're done, okay? So we started here, went through switch and flip, and got to 1/8 as our answer, okay? Drop that. Okay? Rewrite it. Oh, and it already did switch and flip, just did it right over. Yep, we got 1/8. Okay? So at 1/8 want you to try and do this one on your own, okay? Oh, if I can freeze it. Okay, there we go, freeze it. So, this one is 2/3 divided by 6, okay? So try that one on your own. I'm gonna go through it, so pause it if you're trying it on your own, and then push play and you'll get everything real quick. Okay, so we need to rewrite it. Step 1, 2/3 divided by 6. Okay, now remember, they both have to be fractions. This is a whole number, so we can just rewrite it 6/1. Okay, now remember, switch and flip. Switch and flip. Keep this sign, 2/3. Switch that division sign to multiplication and flip 6/1 to be 1/6. Okay? And then multiply straight across. 2 and 3 times 6 is 18. Now, we're not done yet because we can still simplify that. Okay? We can divide each by 2. And we get 1/9. Okay? And I believe that is what you should get from the board as well. If we did it correct. And we did. Okay? So what happens when they switch it? When we have 1 divided by 1/2. Well, you just do the same thing. Do the exact same thing we've been doing. Rewrite it. 1 divided by 1/2. Okay, they both need to be fractions, so 1/1. Okay. Now we need to switch and flip. Keep that. 1/1. Switch the sign. Flip the fraction. Okay, and then multiply straight across after that. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Now, just like this, if anything is written over 1, then it's just the top number. So 2/1 is the same thing as just saying 2. Okay? And if we unfreeze it, there we go. Okay, switch it. And 2/1 or 2, either one is fine. Either one is correct. Okay, so I want you to try this one on your own. Okay? Let me rewrite it for you, because again, okay, so it's 4 divided by 1/5. Okay, go ahead and try that on your own. Push pause, and then once you're done, push play, and I will have the answer up for you. And you should have got 20 for your answer, or 20/1, I would assume is what you probably could have got as well. Okay. Ooh, now what happens when we have 2 fractions? Okay, well, Josiah can jog 1 1/3 mile in 1/4 of an hour. Find his average speed in miles per hour. Okay, so we have 1 1/3 divided by 1/4. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here, okay, we can't have that mixed number, Okay, so we're going to have to write it as an improper fraction. Okay, how we do that after we rewrite it. Okay, so 1 1/3 divided by 1/4. So how we do that, multiply the 3 to this number, whatever the whole number is, the bottom number to the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, and then add that to the 1, okay? Which 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, okay? So we get 4, and then keep that bottom number. Then just rewrite your problem. And the good thing is it gives us a fraction already, so now we can just go into switch and flip. Okay, so keep 4/3. Switch that sign and flip that fraction. Okay, and you should get 16/3. Okay. Now, what you can do if you want to turn it back from a mixed number into back from an improper fraction to a mixed number, well, how many times does 3 go into 16? Well, that would be 5, right? 15, right? Well, so then 16 minus that 15 leaves you with 1 extra left, and you always keep the denominator. Okay, so you can rewrite as 5 1/3. Okay, and this will just show you everything we did. Yep, so 16/3 or 5 1/3. Either one is fine, they mean the same thing. Okay, so I want you to try this one on your own. Oh, okay. So Marcus has a bag of cat food that contains 22.5 cups. If he feeds his cats a total of 3/4 of a cup of food per day, how many days will the bag last? Okay, well, just to give you a quick hint, turning this into a mixed number, remember, the bottom number times the whole number. So 2 times 22 gives you 44, and then 44 plus 1 gives you 45 over, and keep the bottom number. So 45/2, okay? And then pause the video, try it on your own, and when you're done, push play. And you should get 30 days. Now remember to put days on there, because units are important. Because if you just put 30, I don't know if you're feeding that cat every 30 weeks, every 30 months, every 30 hours, every 30 minutes, you never know. So that's important, okay? Okay, so here's some extra here's some extra practice for you. So Tia is painting her house. She paints 34.5 square feet in 3/4 of an hour. At this rate, how many square feet can she paint each hour? Okay. So you'll take 34.5 and divide by 3/4. Try that on your own and push pause, push play when you have everything done, and you should get 276/6, or if you choose to just divide it, you should just get 46. Okay? And here's another practice if you need it. If you think you have it all down, I do think this one has a lot more practice problems in here. If you want more practice, here's another one. If not, then you can stop the lesson right here, and the homework is down below for you. Okay, so this one, 35.5 square yards, and divide it by 5/6. 5/6, okay? And how many square yards can she blacktop per hour. Pause the video right here and try it on your own. Push play once you are done. And you should get 42 3/5. I assume if we work this problem out, it gave you a mixed number, it gave you an improper fraction, and you needed to convert it back, or it wants you to convert it back into a mixed number, okay? It's good to get practice on that. And that one we don't need to do. That one will confuse you. Don't look. Nope, you're good. Okay. That concludes, oof, just about fell right there. That concludes ratios, or, my goodness, sorry, I just did sixth grades video just a second ago. This concludes complex fractions and a little intro to unit rates and how we'll do that. Next, we'll actually get into more unit rates, and that will be 1.3, okay? So, you have fun this homecoming week. The homework is below. You have 3 days to do it, okay? Starting from when you watch the video. Okay, have an amazing week. Awesome hair, don't forget. Okay, have fun.